Okay, guys, this is Johnny Garcia, the Nobody, here for another chit chat and some for some of you guys, blah blah blah. Anyways, kind of clear some things up for some of you guys and humans out there. I know we're going through something that was created in what I believe, my opinion, the wrong approach. It's getting everybody wild up like bees. What I believe it's the wrong approach from the governor to local officials here. Um, like I said, I want to clarify also that some of you guys misunderstand or misunderstood or the way I communicate things. I'm straightforward. I ain't gonna hide. I ain't no politician. If you guys have kids, dads, moms, single parents, if you got kids, that's the last thing that I would want is for them, they don't know any better, is something to go wrong with them. Whatever virus or disease out there, whether it's Ebola that we forget about there, that was out there a couple of years ago, that it was a new AIDS itself, measles, flu. If you guys kind of check, go on the internet or do your own research and see how many people have actually died from flu. But I believe it's technology also, but it everybody's in Twitter, Facebook, and it's very easy access to travel from satellite to wherever, to your phone, to your computer, satellite phones and stuff. So I mean, it's a little crazy. I believe that it is the wrong approach. But I believe, like I said, I'm a fair guy. I'm always going to be a fair guy. I might not be in the big team league, but I like to build my team small. It's like an elite force. Man, we get the top guys that you don't really know who is the strongest, who is the leader. Man, we're all strong. And we need to get and band together and start with small numbers and hopefully we build in big numbers. Because this is going to change. We're human. All it takes is one to figure out a way out. Sometimes it takes just one to change certain things. And that's me. I'm not majority. I'm not in the middle. I ain't Republican. I'm not Democrat. I don't know what we tend to forget that back then when I was growing up, um, if you were running for president at the high school, I mean, there was no Democrat. You just run and get the best qualified female or male. It didn't matter. Or today I say it. Anyways, like I said, don't misunderstand what I say. I'm trying to be fair with everybody. There's a lot of older folks out there that I know for a fact, they don't even know what's going on. They're just in their house because they don't have the technology. They don't have the support that they should deserve at their end days. There's a bunch of kids out there that don't know. Also, a bunch of kids getting bullied over this. I don't even want to say what it is, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna say virus. Like I said, let's not forget about everything else, because I mean, this kind of pushes humans, and I'll repeat that in the last video I said. It pushes people to desperation. Not me. I'm always, and I will always be cool, relaxed. Yeah, okay, no problem. Sure. I'm always going to be like that, but there's other humans. I mean, I don't know why these officials can't sit there. There's desperation. There's, for example, my next door neighbor's on small business guy that owns. He only speaks Spanish. Hey, chavo, yo no puedo cerrar. I can't close. I make this out of my living. Who's going to pay my rent every month? That's where I come in, and I'm kind of trying to. Today, I called AEP, the utility board, Green Mountain people, and say, man, are we going to be excused uh, for the month? And like I said, it's got to make sense, not common sense. Everybody says, oh, hey, common sense, and this and that. No, no. It made sense. These guys were the only ones that gave me a pretty much answer that made sense to me. They said, sir, you can turn off your power if you need to come in, and if you're a restaurant and you have meat or fish or anything like that, you need to keep your refrigeration open or on, I mean, because of you don't want your inventory to go bad. At the end of the month, we've spoken to our supervisors. We will work with you. Okay, until this changes, man, if you can't make the payment, we will work with you guys. Pay as you can and how you can and how much you can. Because a lot of even I got some parents that were crying. You know, I'm not going to name their names. They're crying my hours were shortened. I can't provide for my daughter, my son. And I'm hardly going to be, and I'm not going to make this month's bills just because we might close because local officials decide. It's very easy for them to say, like I said in the last episode. Greg Abbott, he's getting a check every month and he's more than probably wealthy. Local officials here, don't forget about that small nobody. My title's a nobody. Don't forget about those people. That's what I'm trying to help those people out. Yes, it's easy. Okay, there's a curfew. You can't go out. You can't do this. I also called the city of San Benito today. I was trying to get the whole of, I think it's Ruth McGinnis, the city secretary, but she was not available. So I spoke to the director, Jonas, I believe her name is, of customer service or customer relationships, something like that. And I spoke to her and I said, you know what? I need to ask you something. I'm a small business owner and I'm trying to speak for myself and other Spanish speaking business owners that they're concerned also. And before you even answer, I'm going to tell you why. I have a podcast that I'm doing and a YouTube video that for the answer that you give me, it's going to reflect on that. So she was kind of like, pause, okay, wait a minute. Before I even answer, let me ask me that question. My question to you, are we going to be forgiven? Because San Benito has a bad, nasty, for me, in my opinion, they prorate that water. Whether I waste 1 gallon, it's going to be $150 no matter what. Are we going to be forgiven for that? Because we have to close because a God, Eddie Trevino, said so. Since he has power over all the people, or because he feels that's the best way to combat this virus, but he doesn't stop and think, man, let me see how I can modifications like in school, and say, you know what, I understand there's some exceptions, which they are. But anyways, she said, let me check on that because I could not give you that answer and I wouldn't want to give you an answer that is not right. Let me check with my people also and I will get back to you. She has not called back. I called her in the morning. It's been all day long, but I think it's one of those ones where, man, I caught her off guard because I said I was going to put it on podcast, YouTube video. So anyways, that was one thing. So I haven't gotten a response on that. And I imagine they want their money at the end of the month anyway. I spoke to my landlord saying, look, I have some students that are attorneys, some judges, some doctors. I said, why don't you also talk to your landlord first? The owners of where I'm at is Antonio Vasquez. He's an optical doctor, an optometrist, I believe it is. And he owns a place right next door to us, and then a place out there in Los Fresnos. His wife is Estela Chavez Vasquez. She's, I believe, a Cameron County judge, elected official, elected by the people to be in the position that she's in, because obviously it wasn't all friends. Somebody elected her because she said that this is what she was going to do. She's going to be fair. And blah blah blah. And usually a lot of elected officials, when they go in there, they, man, from the beginning, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and that, and then all of a sudden they're in there and then they're pretty much doing on their own. Anyways, I asked her, the judge, I called her on the phone, hey, is it possibility that at the end of the month, since I have to shut down, and I've already had students drop off, and all my kids pretty much dropped off because the parents were concerned. They were alarmed because of all this craziness. So they all dropped off. I don't have any more. I am not going to charge them also. And some people, they're the adults, I kind of spoke to them. And I mean, there's a loyalty that goes to jiu-jitsu. So anyways, she told me, well, you're still expected to pay at the end of the month. Or if you don't have any money, you can get a loan. I said, a loan? Why would I want to get a loan? So I said, you know what? I kind of cut her and said, you know what? That's my answer. So that goes to show she's a local official, elected by the people. And look at her answer. Maybe just to me there on the phone, but if she would have been in front of everybody, and in front of all different types of judges or commissioners or other people, I think it would have been a different answer. But that goes to show to Mr. Eric Trevino, man. You need to go out there and talk to the business owners. I mean, present yourself. I didn't even know Eddie Trevino. Who's Eddie Trevino? Then finally I kind of hear. Okay, exactly what he does a little bit. But I think the approach is that business owners, if you're having to pay the landlord, unless you own your land where you're at, landowners at least 1 month. Man, what does it take for you? Okay, you know what? This month we understand we're going through a crisis. That's why we can't have a team USA. We can never work together because of just that answer that I was given by my landlord. We can't have a team. What else? America. We can't. It's just not going to happen. Just because of that answer there. Also, my other thing is, like I said, we need to kind of look at that, and everybody, like I said, it's gonna change. I know it is. I'm still, like I said, I'll be there tomorrow. I just want to make sure, and if parents are concerned, keep your kids at home. If adults, you're concerned, anything. If you're sick, stay home. I mean, but we're not going to change, like I tell everybody all the time, is wash your hands. There's hand sanitizer. I like to use bleach. I put bleach on my hands, on my ears, forehead. Sometimes I even use that Windex. I don't know if some of you guys remember, and my students laugh, but I do it. Lost Boys. There was a movie called Lost Boys, the old one, and the grandpa was going out on a hot date or something. And the grandkids, hey grandpa, and said, you guys have any proof? No, but there's some Windex. And the grandpa came and shot that Windex here, put it on here. Man, I'll do the same thing. But good hygiene, like I said, don't let this virus change everything. I mean, sometimes it's going to divide even my team, maybe. I mean, we need to still get together. But I mean, I am different. I am not like them. Other than that, like I said, I'll maybe posting some other videos, and I still need to work on putting up some techniques also, and I'll be doing that ASAP, and just keep you up to date on what I believe. Like I said, I've spoken to also some of my friends in China, and Shanghai and Shenzhen, and as far as they tell me, it looks like it's going back to normal. I believe they said it kind of did work, and like I said, I'm fair. They stopped for maybe 5-7 days to keep people, because I think when the people are out there, it kind of activates this virus in the air. So I believe right now they said that they're going back to normal, and that's China, like I said. And I tell you this because I got friends there. I spoke to some people, well, in Thailand also. The government is just for precautionary reasons, since they're really close to these Asian, they don't want that. But playing it safe. But like I said, it's I don't believe in the approach We got everybody really scared. We got people assaulting Asians because, oh man, get close, get away. You're the ones that brought them. You've been traveling back. It's not the Asians' fault either. Just because something happened in China, we're gonna blame all the Asians. So I mean, we're probably the U.S. We're going into Matamoros, and I haven't heard anything about Mexico really. But as far as I hear from relatives, and I think I mentioned in the other video, is we're creating a problem for them. The way we kind of say that they're creating a problem with us trying to cross over to our country. Think about that. They should be saying, you know what, no more U.S. people coming over to Mexico anymore. But that's up to them. That's a decision and choice and decision that Mexico, the president or governor of there close by next to our border will decide. Think about that. Should we test our own bats? I know in my other gym there were some huge, big black bats. You don't know where those came from China. You don't know where those came in from the Chip Channel in that boat. Here around the house where we're at, we have bats too. How do we know that there's nothing wrong with those guys? Man, let's not get, like I said, all crazy because anything can happen. Man, I don't think every doctor really knows everything, and like I said, there's not kind of, we can point fingers and everything. Somebody has one story, another one has another story, until we know for a fact that we can see. Like I said, I'm one of those guys, I need to see to believe. That's why I ain't religious. I do not believe in imaginary friends. I'm not going to do it today. I am not going to do it tomorrow. Anyways, again, in my last little saying to you guys, relax. Man, look, see this bottle here right behind me? Brought in from Europe. It's a vampire. It's wine with blood. Man, sit down once in a while, man. You know what? I'm going to do something different. Sit down, drink some wine. Man, maybe even chit-chat to the Mona Lisa over here, to the Sakuraba t-shirt. Something. Think about something else. Don't always, man, this and that. Go out for a run. Go out for a swim. Today I saw right in my front of the gym, there was he must have been like 65 years old, still out running. He went out for a jog. Nothing, no problem. Go about what you're doing. I know officials said, man, to stay in the man, you just can't keep humans enclosed like that. Some can't. They was living on a deserted island. The people in that tribe in the Amazons, they don't even know what's going on. If some of you guys have seen those documentaries, they don't even know what's going on out in the world. They see a helicopter, and I watching that documentary, they were freaking out. They thought, man, it was an alien. But it was just a film crew. Think about that. It's like that movie from Tom Hanks where he got deserted there, man. Man, if we're in an island, we'd be okay. But we're just spoiled here in the U.S. We're spoiled. I'm telling you, I've been to 10 different countries. And in those countries, I go to different little cities. We're spoiled because I always say the same thing. What country would you guys like to go to? We want to go to America. Okay? You mean the U.S., United States, because America can be anything. It could be South America, Central America. American people, I mean, the U.S., you mean? Yes, the U.S. What state would you guys like to go to? And it's always the same thing. California, New York, and Florida. High percentage is New York and California all the time. I'm going, hey, but what about Texas? No, but since they go on the internet, they're looking at movies, they think about Hollywood. Man, that's where we want to go. We're spoiled here. We got just about everything, foods and everything, man. From ranch, from like 10 different types of ranch. Man, you go to Europe, where I've been, and I've been there and I've stayed there. Kyselina, which is like vinegar, oil, that's it for your salad. But anyways, we're spoiled here in the U.S. We really are. We're spoiled to the max. Other than that, if you guys can subscribe to my channel, do so. And if you guys have any negative comments, I prefer negative comments. The haters are welcome. The enemies are welcome. You guys know that. Okay? Other than that, thank you much again.